So I'm going to be doing an Aries reading, and what I'm asking about is love. Complicated love, actually. Seems like love is oftentimes complicated, so I figured maybe we would just go with that and see what comes up for messages from Spirit. This could be, someone who's blocked you, someone who gone silent, right? Like, whatever. Let's just see what's happening. Let's see what your higher self wants to let us know, what Spirit wants us to know. Spirit, tell me the general message for Aries in this complicated love situation. Okay, so pay attention to red flags. I feel like there's, a lot of chemistry in this situation, and I feel like you're having a hard time releasing this person, right? Like something happened. It could be about money, right? Maybe you're just too busy. But I feel like, there's a big message to like free yourself from this. Like it's kind of, running you instead of you running the situation. The situation is pretty much controlling you, is what it seems like. Tell me about the red flag, Spirit, for this. Okay. So as you think back on it, it started out really strong. Like you thought it was like going to endure, the test of time. I think there was unconditional love. But the red flag that is pointing out is sabotage, fear, jealousy, lack of confidence, So maybe you noticed that about the person, or maybe it's something inside of you, like you felt like you had all this love and it was strong and that's how you've seen it, but it didn't work out. And so you're sitting here feeling like, it wasn't enough. There's a strong magnetic attraction. I feel like some of you have have something of this person's, and you think about it, you look at it a lot. Maybe it's a picture, right? And I feel like, honestly, you think about the chemistry and you're like, I want to try again, right? You could be watching this person, but they could be watching you. But there's a separation, definitely heartbreak. You feel deceived. And again, with the chemistry, right, comes out another time. So this whole thing, I do see love here, but I mean, it's mentioning chemistry more than anything. So I feel like it must have been a pretty hot experience, Aries, because they got you, right? I feel like Spirit is saying it's time to let this go, But you still have this feeling like, I want to call my person. They are the only one that has the key to my heart. I'm heartbroken. I don't want to release them. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor. So maybe somebody working all the time. This is a soulmate connection, right? I feel like there's closure issues here, like you don't want to move forward, right? I feel like there's abundance coming. Like as far as like money is concerned, it's telling me if you stay in an attitude of gratitude, you will reach abundance as far as your finances go here. So like a little side note, because I feel like there's somebody out there worried about money, but I do see abundance coming in. Let's get some more on this finance. Here's what this is telling me about the finances and career. It's telling me that this is like I feel like you grew up feeling poor, like you grew up feeling like you don't have enough, and it's always on your mind. It's really shaped you into who you are, which is great. I mean, you gotta love who you are, right? But I also feel like you're kind of living in this poverty consciousness. And this abundant card is telling me like you need to stay in a positive frame of thought about your finances, you know? About you have to feel grateful for what you do have and more will come in. Or you'll notice more to be grateful for, right? At least. So Spirit, tell me the message of like advice for these guys. Like I see their heart broken. I feel like there was red flags, but there's so much chemistry and deep love attached to this because it's got the unconditional love card here. And I feel like Aries, you are heartbroken about it. You feel like this is the only person for you. And I just want you to know that's just not true. Yeah, this whole thing has been a challenge. I feel like you kind of have your guard up around yourself. You're refusing to see something. Spirit is saying like you have like your third eye blocked. You have your crown chakra blocked, right? So I kind of feel like maybe it's time for you to do some deep dive, you know? There's the Hermit card, there's the Intuition card, you know, High Priestess trying to talk to you. Hermit saying, are you open to receive? Are you ready? Because we have something for you to do. I feel like you have like something you're moving toward, right? I feel like there's some kind of like eyes of love here, and I kind of feel like it's you confronting this shadow, and I'll tell you why. Because remember over here when I was like clarifying the finance card, child and poverty came out, as well as work again, and we're clarifying the work card, right? So I feel like this idea that you don't have enough, or like this poverty consciousness, is something that has to do with your childhood. So maybe you didn't have enough when you were a child, and so now you feel very fearful about money, right? You just have a fear about it, and it's kind of getting in your way. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is like there's a new avenue to go down here. It's one where you take the lead of your own life, and it's one where you start looking from a heart space. You see things from eyes of love. You're looking from your heart space. It really does change what happens next, you know? So tell me, Spirit, like about the person on their mind. Like give me one card about the person, like, because I feel like Spirit's asking you to surrender this, but you're not able or willing or something, you know, lots of balance issues here. You're out of balance is what I feel like. This relationship puts you out of balance. So it's time for you to like let go of something. I see you. So you have 1111 here on the table, you know, saying like Spirit is at the helm here. There's lots of major arcanas in this message of like what your advice is. I mean, there's only 3 out of all these cards that are not, or 4, and the rest are major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcanas and 4 minor. So you're learning a lot of lessons. 1, you're learning to tap in. You're learning to like hone your skill of listening to your higher self. I feel like you are kind of addressing some childhood issues and finding like maybe what that gave you as strength. Instead of looking at it like I have nothing, I'm never going to have nothing. I feel like what you're learning instead is like, well, that really did make me balanced. It made me aware of what I was doing with my money. It actually gave me something, right? So I do feel like you're learning something here with your and healing something with the inner child, which makes sense. I mean, Chiron is in your sign, you know, the wounded healer. That's the planet of healing inner child wounds. So of course it's going to show up in your reading. I see 1, 2, 3. I feel like you are making forward movement here. But I do feel like you just don't want to let this person go, even though you're like working on yourself, right? There's still something inside of you that's telling me that you feel like this is a very special connection, right? Give me one message from here, and then we'll go into the extended and see how your person is feeling, like what they're feeling about, what do they want, right? It says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as an ocean. I love that card. You may not understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So that's what I feel like. So this person that you can't seem to want to let go of, but you felt some red flags from, they kind of knocked you off balance. You feel like, oh my God, this is my person, right? I feel like a lot of people feel like that about people, right? You meet someone and it's just so special, you know? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the extended and I'm going to ask about the person. Like, how are they feeling? What is their next actions going to be? What are their intentions? And what's the most the most likely outcome? So, if you're interested in watching the extended, there's a link in the description box below. You can just click it right there, and it actually opens up a portal of a whole bunch of information, including all the extended. So if that's something you'd like to do, just click that button, and I'll see you over there. I'm going to go do it live over there right now, and I'll talk to you later.